My name is Antonio Knox. I'm the principal agent with One Community Insurance Agency, LLC. I am here with the Charlotte Podcast Studio for the Spotlight.
Hey, what's going on, good people? It is Shamar with Alan Lux Studios, and we are here with another episode of the Spotlight. And today we are shining the spotlight on my brother. Listen, I've known this guy for probably 9 years at this point, 8-9 years. We met in corporate America, and then he transitioned out and he went to insurance. And I'm shining the spotlight on Antonio Knox, who is the principal agent at One Community Insurance Agency, LLC. What's up, Antonio? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. And before we get started, man, thank you for just creating a space for small business owners, because having a platform like this to be able to say what we do and who we are, that just manifests in so many ways. So thank you for that. Really appreciate that.
Absolutely, man. It was not a question, because the moment that I recorded the first episode, I hit you all right. I was done. Like, look, man, I'm gonna need you on this episode. You was like, say less.
That's right.
And that beat shined the life officially. So I'm gonna do a proper introduction. So Antonio is a loving husband, and he is the father of 4. And I didn't prep myself. I'm going to remember these names. The first one is AJ, and then we have Max, and then we have Zan or Xander, and then the following up in the rear is Langston.
Correct. There you go.
Man,
That's
I'm
right.
good. That boy good. You know?
Great.
So he got 4 sons, and his passion is taking care of his family and helping others take care of theirs. Once a competitive athlete, he brings that drive to his business and making sure his clients get what they deserve. You can find Antonio hanging out with his family, going for a run, or checking out the latest comedy show. He is here to serve the community and is committed to building a better community one person at a time. How did I do on that?
Man, you did great. Man, thank you. I feel this much taller now.
Good stuff, man. Like I said, we met in corporate America. You transitioned and got into this field. I want to know what drove that. How did you get started? What made you transition? And how did that transition go?
That's a great question. And for me, working in corporate America, I had a great experience. I think a lot of times there's so many soft skills and hard skills that you learn from corporate America.
Agreed.
And being that you are inside that bubble and you don't know exactly how that would transition outwards. Mm-hmm. And that was the perfect platform for me to then transition to being an entrepreneur. Because before coming out of college, I was like, you know what, like I want to be an entrepreneur and just get started. But I really do appreciate my almost decade in corporate America, because it really did prep and prepare me to be the business owner that I am today.
Okay.
Yes.
I like that because you're right. So first off, I heard that you already knew coming out of college, entrepreneurship was your lane. You wanted to go into that. So I do like the fact of like using corporate as your training ground, if you will, to learn some of those things. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Their pay for training is a lot better. Yeah. Good stuff. So you've been in insurance for 6 years and started your agency 2 years ago.
Yes.
So kind of tell me, like, I guess you worked for another agency when you first started out. What did that look like?
I worked for a big box company, where it's like the company that you see, like the major commercials and stuff like that.
Okay.
And the company that's been around for a long time and that has insured presidents and like some very high figures. So my train of thought was go work with them and see how they've been doing and see what has made them successful, and then also to see who I am in a space of insurance, because insurance is one of those fields where it's kind of like someone getting their doctors and now they going into figure out their specialty. Okay. So it's like, that there was my residency, if you will, right?
Like that. Yeah.
Worked for one big box company, had a great experience, had some major success, got agent of the year, and then I actually transitioned to another company that was conversely the opposite of that big Fortune 500 company, where it was a mom and pop agency where I got to interact with the CEO every day, and like he was just a regular person where you can see him and touch him, in which he was the founder. And so, having that experience at a big company and then also transition to a smaller company that way, so I can just kind of see the contrast between both of them, just gave me insight and vision on how am I going to fit into this space and what can I build from what I have gained from all of these companies that I work with to building my own agency.
Listen, this is the theme that I'm hearing. You already know your goal. You know what you're setting out for. Just like you said, straight out of college, you know you want to be an entrepreneur, but you went to corporate to get some of that training.
Correct.
Then you knew you were going to go into insurance, but you went and got some more training specifically in that field before you started your own. So okay, you're very strategic is what I'm hearing.
Which I didn't tell nobody that, by the way.
Okay.
So you can't walk in these companies and say, hey.
Exactly.
Right.
Right.
Certain things that you need to keep to yourself, but still come to work and show up and keep to yourself your bigger goals so that you can be, showing up fully at your employee, and you're not using them because, they're getting something from you and you're getting something from them. And it's a great relationship to have.
Absolutely. And the thing is, the workforce, the marketplace for work, or I think, the workforce. It's not our mom and pop's generation anymore where, you get a good job and you stay there till you retire. You know what I'm saying? So people do move. We see it in corporate all the time. They move every 2.5 years or so. So, to your point, everybody's benefiting from it, right? So you're getting your training, but they're getting service out of you so you can service their customers as well. It's a win-win, you
Absolutely.
know? Yeah. All right, so specifically, now we've gone through our residency with the insurance agency, and now we're launching our own, and you came up with One Community Insurance. I know what that says to me, but I want to know from you, the principal agent, why is it One Community Insurance? The name.
One thing I feel that makes me special and that makes our agency special is that we want to connect to people on a level of going to the community and just having training with the big box companies that's been around. They got a lot of system in place where they don't have a lot of resources in the community and focusing on the community. So I was like, that can be an entry point where I'm always in the community. I'm always volunteering. I'm doing blood drives. I'm doing things that the community need. And so I'm building my agency around that so that when people see One Community Insurance Agency, they see me. And everything that's going to spawn from that is going to be from a standpoint of it's community first.
Okay.
And seeing what the community needs.
Okay, I like that. And again, I already knew that's what it said to me. One, because I knew you personally, and when I tell y'all, this brother is always in the community. You network better than anybody that I know. This guy doesn't meet a stranger. He's always telling me about different networking events, and I knew that your focus was building the community and being in the community and making sure you're learning what their needs are and servicing their needs. So, super dope. Now, did a little bit of homework, and I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you about insurance. This is the only thing that I know. Shout out to my mom. She said it's better to have insurance and not need it than need it and not have it.
Oh, preach.
So
Preach.
That's all I know. That's why I've always had insurance. But I literally need you here today to talk to me and the viewers like we're fifth graders and help walk us through some of it, especially business owners, because that's, the audience here, some of our viewers, we're highlighting business owners, but other business owners are watching as well.
Absolutely.
And they need to understand insurance because it's important for them to have.
Yes.
So I guess let's kind of role play here. Well, you already know I'm a business owner, and if I said, Antonio, I don't have any insurance, what's kind of like a bundle package, or what's important for me to have as far as business and my personal, because I'm self-employed,
Correct.
Just give me some understanding of what I need.
And that's a great question, in which probably 2 weeks ago, I just got a new client. He owned a food truck, and he's doing well. And he came to me through a lead, through a group of people that I'm part of. They sent them over to me. Me and him sat down, had a great conversation. And apparently he's doing well in his business. And then he was like, I don't have any, insurance benefit set up. I was like, you need to have certain things in place so that you can grow, so that you are protected. If you get sick or, if you break your hand or whatever the case may be. And just to go back to insurance is one of those things that, you need it when you need it.
Absolutely.
And so in order to pay for things you need to get it at a standpoint where it's insurance to insure the business, to mitigate risk. That's all insurance is. And so speaking with business owners, because, a lot of people only thinking about how they're going to feed their family. And I get that. But at the same time, you want to make sure you have a benefit package in place so that if you get that flu, if you get that COVID, whatever the case may be,
Right.
and then you out for work, you don't want to have to suffer and be scared to go to a clinic because you think that the doctor's bill is going to be high or what the case may be. But
Hold on, let me jump in there because you said something that I want to hone in on because I heard it and that I never thought about it this way, and I want to make sure that they heard it as well. You said that I get that business owners are focused on feeding their family. You also said mitigating risk. If you're sick, you're not going to be able to work to feed your family.
Correct.
So this is part of insurance is going to help mitigate the risk to continue to ensure that you can feed your family. That was a gem right there. Yeah, I wanted to make sure I called that out. All right, go ahead, man.
Yeah. So, and most business owners don't think like that, at least in the beginning, because they're only focusing on their next sale or focusing on getting the information that they need to properly run their business. And whereas where I come in at and is on group benefits, right? Whether it's health insurance, getting them a qualified plan or whatever the case, what they need. And even though that it's just me, and just like you said, that I love the network, I got a team of people with me. Whereas, people think of having a qualified 401k plan only with their employer. It's just as easy for you to set that up on your own, under your business, where it goes through payroll. And it goes through that, where not only you getting me, I'm coming in on a health standpoint, but I also got a guy on my team, whereas he will help to create a plan for you to start your planning for when you retire. And all of that goes through your payroll, and you're set up. It's just that most small business owners don't see themselves like the big corporation, whereas those same things that the corporation have, you should have those in your business. And it's not a long shot to get it. It's very easy. It's just having a conversation with somebody like me and bringing all the people to the table and saying, okay, bring your 401k here. Now you can manage it, and you can pick how you want it to go. All right, we can do health insurance. We can do dental, vision. We can a la carte and do it however you need for your business to make sure that you are from a standpoint of being less risky, if you will.
Listen, so I'm taking mental notes here. As you see now, mind y'all, Antonio has been, like I said, we've been about a decade at this point. He's been rocking with me and my business forever. And when you used to come, it was just this one person.
Yeah.
That was me. Now you will come up in here and you see other people in here, So I'm like, all right, I'm going to have to start setting this stuff up. So I'm definitely going to have a conversation with you. But what I do know is that it's important to have those benefit packages and things like that, because that's going to attract top talent.
Absolutely.
We need people in here, right? As a business owner, I need people in here, but I need to get the best people, and it's going to be more attractive to those top candidates when I'm offering benefit packages, versus if I didn't. So yeah, man, you're giving me more information. I like it. All right, so let's walk into the question of when should someone get insurance, right? So we talked a little bit about business and setting it up for business and everything, but like, I guess, because you can also, let me back up, services you provide, right? So Medicare, health insurance, life insurance, right? I think everybody has a basic understanding of that, but I want to kind of say, hey, me looking at it myself, I'm self-employed, and I know I need life insurance because if something happened to me, I need to make sure my family's okay. Right. When do I need to buy this life insurance?
Today.
Yes,
because
simple, huh?
Life insurance is geared off of your age, your attainment age, right?
Okay.
And so all insurance companies, they use a mortality table, and so that's how they send to their actuary department to come up with premium, and premium, i.e., the cost of insurance, increase every time you get older. So the best time to buy it is today, because you would never be your age today, and also you are as healthy as you probably going to ever be in your life, because just kind of follow me. The older we get, the more susceptible to health decline that we become.
I get it.
And so looking at it from that standpoint, because I think people be waiting for when the stars align, in which, who to say that maybe you get diagnosed with cancer next year, whereas now like the insurance talk is a totally different conversation, because I have seen that before, where come back and it's like the health is different, where of course I can still insure, But from a risk standpoint, no matter who I pair you with, it's probably going to be more higher.
So let's talk about that. I'm gonna tell you, I can't afford insurance. If I think that, we think that insurance is just very expensive. Is it affordable? Is it within our budget, or we can make a way to have this insurance?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Insurance is not. I think people just have this idea that it's this thing out of reach, and so they put a big dollar sign on it. Whereas insurance can be a small cup of coffee once a week that you buy.
Okay.
And it can be a simple 10, 15-year term policy, 15, 20, $30 a month.
Okay.
Right? So when you say afford, is more so, do I want to prioritize my future? Whereas, I know me, like I probably, with some events I'm a part of, one drink is $15.
Right.
Just that one night. So I think affordability is relative, where it's like when you look at it, most people, if not all people, can look in their budget and budget it into their budget. But now it's not even the money. It's the mindset that has to change. So it's not the money, because people say it's the mindset. Like once you start seeing yourself in the future, you then start to make necessary changes now to prepare for the future.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so, so for business owners, we have business plans, we plan and everything like that. But I would say, myself included, especially early on, was missing the mark with including insurance and that planning. So to that point of affordability is relative when it comes to the insurance cost or premium. It's way more expensive, again, not to have it than to have it. So, yeah.
It's way more expensive not to have it.
Absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely. Yeah, okay. I like this because I wanted to make sure that we spoke about insurance in a natural conversation way for people to get it and it to set in, because I've had a couple of people that I know that were in business and they lost everything, and if they had insurance, it could have been mitigated, So, yeah. Listen, I heard you say no matter who you pair them with when we were talking about some of that, and I did a little research again, you're an insurance broker.
Correct.
And there's a difference in a broker and an agent.
Yes.
Talk to me about those differences.
All right. So, in which I have been both. I started off as an agent. That means that I only work for this one particular company. Great company. And for that one particular company, they only sold certain types of products. And also on their list of what they deem that's risky or not risky, you can only take them down that one path way. Where I think a lot of times people go to one company, let's say for whatever reason they get declined, and they think that they are declined by the whole industry of insurance. And when I figured that out, I was like, let me go ahead and get, like a couple different carriers, and understand that not everybody view risk the same. Because one carrier might say, okay, your A1C level is 8.5. We will accept that. This other carrier will say, hey, if it's more than 6, we're going to decline it. So understanding that people, i.e. insurance companies, look at risk differently, that means that I can pair you with a company that will more likely insure your needs. And then if you have got declined before, I can more likely find you somewhere else that's going to get you approved. Because as a broker, I'm not looking at the name on the insurance company. Quite frankly, that doesn't matter. My goal is focusing on getting you approved. And understanding the risk levels and looking at the health charts for different carriers. That's how I can have a transparent conversation about you, and then also say, okay, here's company A, B, and C, and D. And here's how you fare with this company, and here's how you fare with this company right here. This company right here will say you will be declined, and we talk about life because you're a height weight index. Can't get around that. It's good to know that before instead of going by yourself, and then you get declined, and they might say it in a way where you don't understand it. It's like, what does that mean? Where, off a jump gate, I can say, okay, these 3 here will be declined because of this right here. So this is saving you so much time, and that's where my expertise come in at. Whereas
Okay.
I can consolidate a lot of information that is going to take you a lot of time to get and to piece it together, and then also break it down to you to the point where it's like, oh, I didn't look at it like that. Because one thing I tell people that all these insurance companies, they are for profit. You know what I'm saying? To
Absolutely.
a certain extent. And people don't really think about that. And it's just like any other business where, they look at risk and say either I'm gonna be for this amount of level or I'm gonna shorten it. And also depending on what year it is, depending on the board, voting.
Yep.
Say last year we had this particular year, so we're gonna open it up a little bit.
Okay.
And let look more riskier people getting into
Gotcha.
like the plan. So all of that matters, and
Okay.
I know it's a lot for people to kind of take in. So I'll go out there and I will look and I will do the shopping around.
Oh, okay.
For you.
Okay. So I'm dumbing it down for me. You're like hotels.com. You're servicing me because you will go shop and show all the different companies. Whereas if an agent works for a company, they're only going off of that one particular company and their products.
Correct.
But you can look at multiple. So you're more focused on the insured. I think I said that right. I'm the insured, the person.
I'm your advocate. I'm not their advocate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to get to. Okay, you're the advocate for me. All right, I like
Truly.
that.
And that's the difference where an agent really can't be your advocate because he can only take you down one path.
One path. Okay.
So like he can't do things that he or she don't understand or know or don't even know that exist.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm liking what I'm hearing. I want to get a quote. I want to, hey, Antonio, help me with insurance. Tell me what's the process. How do I work with you?
Easy. Give me a call. We'll do a free consultation. If we're talking about health insurance, do a free consultation, me getting some information about you and seeing what you want and how you want it. And there's many different avenues to go, especially with group coverage for your business. One thing that I've been doing a whole lot of because it's just so competitive where, a lot of business owners, especially starting off, like the marketplace. I think it's one of the best things out there because not only you are getting a qualified healthcare plan when we talk about health insurance,
Okay.
you're also getting premium tax credit dollars that will go and help pay for your monthly premium. And
Hold on. So hold on. The marketplace, that's where you go for health insurance.
correct, yeah.
And what
That's
say
it.
that say the tax dollars thing again?
Premium tax dollar credit.
Oh, so credits. So when you file at the end of the year your taxes, you get credits towards your premium that you
Well,
pay?
actually, every month that you make a premium, let's say, for instance, like I had a client, family of four, it was like $250,000 a year.
Okay.
They still got $800 a month towards their monthly premium.
Oh, okay.
So like
okay.
the monthly premiums, I think was like $2,000, but minus the $800, and given that they made that much, and then conversely to like a family making like $60,000, let's say family of three, in which I like that's kind of like the median range there. Family of three about $60,000 to $85,000. Sometimes, a lot of times, their credit is more than the cost of the insurance per month. So some of those families can get plans for as little as $0 a month, and it's a qualified plan.
Nice.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. I didn't know
Right.
there were credits. Okay. I want to do something fun. This is not insurance related. I just want a fun question of what is one thing people don't know about you?
Well, you say that I was a collegiate athlete, and more specifically, I was a college athlete. I was a college wrestler.
Okay.
So I was 133 dynamite.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
133, and I was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I like to say that I was pretty good. I was very, very competitive.
And you popping out the shirt, so we believe it,
Yeah. So like wrestling was one of those things that really helped to transcend me to just be more disciplined, be more honorable, because I think it's one of the sport, in my opinion, the best sport, because when you out there and let's say things like you just don't have your agility up to par,
Okay.
you will get exposed, and you getting exposed is not anything small. And when I say get exposed, you get put on your head and get turned around like a little cat.
Right.
So I'd rather be the person doing this supposed to.
Right.
I've been training so hard. So
Right.
it's like, okay, so you got your good guy, yeah. Okay, like I want to bump up and wrestle your good guy.
Okay.
So yeah.
Cool. Good stuff. Good stuff. Listen, you've given us a lot of information. We talked about, from a business owner's perspective, setting up shop, having yourself mirror what a lot of these larger corporations do by doing benefit packages and even setting up 401k, and all this stuff is pretty simple. It's not as scary as we would think it is, right? And then we talked about some health insurance, the marketplace, the tax credit dollars I did not know about. So that's a gem.
Yes.
And then we talked about life insurance as well. You got your whole and your term. Is that right? Yeah, I said
whole
it
and
right.
term.
Whole and term. All right, cool.
And everything in between.
Okay, everything in between.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
There's infinite amount of stuff in between, between whole and term, and that's the thing where people kind of get confused, where it's like you got whole on this side and you got term on this side, and it's infinite amount of a combination of them both in between.
Okay, cool. And you're the one that we need to talk to, our free 15-minute consultation, and you can help us. If that's specifically what I want to know, you will target it to that. You will help us understand, guide us through it.
Break it down to you, whereas you will see how it's applicable to you and how you can leverage it for your benefit.
Okay, cool. So, listen, like I said, I did my homework, and I got one more thing.
All right.
When Opportunity Knocks podcast.
Oh, man.
That is so dope. First off, I love the name. I love the name of this podcast. And I'll just tell them quickly, it's featuring entrepreneur stories of their unique road to success and sacrifice that it takes to achieve it.
Yes.
Right? So talk to me. Why did you want to come up with this podcast? I told y'all this man to be networking. He be figuring it out.
Man. Well, that's my baby. Oh, my God. Like, I think, being an entrepreneur and networking, one thing I heard like years ago, and it just resonated for me, is like being an entrepreneur is secretly working on yourself.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Yep.
So I think, just going back to the job where you really can't expose your true weakness because you are in the confines of this report, this email.
Yep.
Whereas when you are an entrepreneur, you are forced to reconcile with any indifference that you have about growing your business, about staying in business very quickly.
For sure.
And I don't think I would be the person that I am today without just, reconcile those differences that I had in myself. Like I used to have a very big speech impediment problem growing up, like super big, kind of like Stutter Man from Harlem Nights.
Really?
That was me.
Okay, I didn't know
was
that.
me.
Okay.
Yeah. So just
hold on. Everybody say you are well spoken. Every time you're on my videos, they be like, he's so well spoken. That's funny.
Man,
go ahead.
back to elementary school. I call Chris Jennings right now. He like, man, that boy just started. That boy used to be for real.
Okay.
But I mean, like to answer your question, being an entrepreneur helped me to work on those things that I needed to work on and get uncomfortable. Where I know that I had to, look at myself in the mirror to get better with those things. So creating that podcast, which is still my baby, I know just sharing my story, because there was other people's stories that I heard that just, manifested inside of me, and say, okay, even though I'm scared to talk to people, because when I first got into business, I was like super shy, antisocial. I was just like, I'm in business. I expect everybody to come talk to me. And of course, that's not going to work well.
Not at all.
And so that's one thing that I just had to get over. And a lot of things that I have gotten over and that I have gotten better, I really look at being an entrepreneur and just serving people and just building myself up, building my confidence to be able to just show up in my better self each and every time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be a guest on there one day.
Okay, yeah,
All right,
absolutely.
cool.
Yeah.
Listen, how do you, because first off, shout out to Mrs. Knox. How does she put up with all of y'all, all these men in that house? But, how do you balance being an entrepreneur, knowing you have to be out there every day, networking, building your business, but you also have to make sure you're an attentive husband, have to make sure you're an attentive father,
Wash dishes, wash table.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah, all of that.
How do you balance it?
Man, I think you just balance don't exist, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I think I start balancing it better, understanding that you can never really balance it, right? 'Cause
I like
people
that.
look for that equilibrium where it's like 50-50. That only exists on a table.
Okay.
So how I just show up each and every moment that I'm in, I'm just 100% present.
I like it.
So when I'm at home with my family, I'm not thinking about work. Well, for the most part, like I've gotten a whole lot better where, I'm out in the yard running with the kids. I'm changing diapers, even though we got a dishwasher. I just love to wash dishes. I don't know.
Okay.
Weird.
Old school.
Yeah, man. Like, I like to bust them subs. Like you come to my house to see me with the apron on. I'm not cooking, but I'm washing dishes though.
Okay.
Even though we got a dishwasher, but it's just something about when a dish get dirty, I just like to wash it or just like to bust subs every night. So just being present and just like maximizing yourself to the fullest. I think that what being an entrepreneur taught me is to not waste time.
Okay.
Not waste time. There's always something, even if you're just resting, there's always something to take advantage of. If you tired, hence to the question that I have earlier, like about burnout, you have to rest. That's doing something.
Yeah.
Sleeping is doing something.
I like that. It
is.
Sometimes I had to schedule sleep, so yeah.
Man, like scheduling a good nap. Oh my God, like that's doing something like a good hour and a half nap.
Yep.
It's golden.
Good stuff, man. This has been a great conversation, man. And I'm pretty sure there are people that are going to want to mitigate their risk going forward. So tell the viewers, how can they get in contact with you and One Community Insurance?
Absolutely. I am on social media. You can, actually I got a whole bunch of pages. On Facebook, Antonio Knox. And then also my business Facebook page is One Community Insurance Agency. I'm on IG. I'm Antonio the Insurance Man on IG. Also, One Community Insurance is on IG. I'm on TikTok.
Okay.
Antonio the Insurance Man, Insurance Guy actually, and then also on TikTok, One Community Insurance, and then also on LinkedIn, One Community Insurance. And send me a message. Call me directly at 803-487-0477, or shoot me an email at aknox@onecommunityinsurance.com. And through any one of those channels, I'm always having those channels monitored. So send me a message. I will definitely get back with you within 4 to 5 hours.
Good stuff. Listen, I just want you to give one nugget to that aspiring entrepreneur, because you've been successful. I've been watching your growth, over the past several years, and I'm impressed. I model some things after you that I see. So just give them one nugget or some encouragement as they start on their journey.
Absolutely. Collaborate. Network. Don't have a zero-sum mindset. It's more than enough out there. It's more than enough out there. Just be secure in what you can offer and stand on that. Don't talk small about yourself.
Yes.
Show up and show out, and put yourself on fire so people can come and see you.
All right. Put yourself on fire. Man, that's dope. I like that. Man, it's always a pleasure talking to you, man. Always good seeing you. So I appreciate you stopping in here with us.
Yeah.
And I hope y'all enjoyed, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace. That was good stuff, man.
Yes, sir. That was fun.
Good.